I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to film this video, guys. I've literally tried starting, like, this is the 4th time already. Like, my family would not let me record this video, guys. It's really crazy, like insanely crazy. But hello, I wanted to come on here because I know it's been a couple days since I told you guys that I would film this, and I know a lot of people did want to hear about my, my situation and my family story and experience with COVID. So I did want to get on here and kind of share that with you guys because I know a lot of people have questions, so I'm just gonna jump right into it because I don't want this to be a long video, and I don't want to ramble and talk about things that aren't really necessary, So I guess we'll start with I started my symptoms. I was the first one to start the symptoms, and I don't know where we caught it from, guys. I have no idea. I don't know anybody that has shown signs or symptoms of having COVID. So for me, I just don't know. And me and my family were not concerned as to where we got it from. From the moment we knew we had it, we were just worried about a recovery. Not so much, where do we get it? How do we get it? Did somebody give it to us? It was just nothing that mattered, So, I started showing symptoms the first couple days of July. I was previously struggling with like a pulled muscle in my back, so I was kind of resting a lot anyways, as much as I could because I have kids, So I woke up the first morning, and it was, I believe, like a Wednesday. I woke up and I had a headache that day, and I guess that was the first pretty much sign of everything that I didn't even realize it was. I woke up and I had a headache. I took some Tylenol, and then I went throughout my day, and I was fine. Because like I said, my back was bothering me, and me being just so active throughout the day with my kids at home and just doing household things and cooking and all of that, once my husband got home, he had called me. He told me he was coming home, so I decided to jump in the shower, get everything situated, so that way when he came home, I would be good. Like, I would just go lay down and I would just get some rest. So I did do that. I took a shower and I went and laid down, and I just, like, as soon as I laid down, I just felt like kind of strange. Like, I felt like I was cold, and I started feeling like kind of feverish. It's very briefly because I did fall asleep right away. But that was like weird for me because that's like normally how I'd feel when like I'm getting like the flu or something. So I went to sleep, and when I woke up like a couple hours later, I was worse than when I went to sleep. And I was just like, okay, I'm sick. Like, I'm getting sick. And that instantly, I know for a lot of us that we might sneeze or cough, or someone in our household does so, and we're just like, oh my God, like, are you okay? Like, do you have COVID? Like, what's going on, So, but for some reason, as soon as I started feeling this way, I like knew. I feel like I knew instantly, and I just had this big feeling that was where this was going. When I say sick, I mean feeling sick. I strictly mean feverish and headache. I didn't feel like my throat wasn't hurting me, my nose wasn't running, my nose wasn't stuffy, like none of that. I didn't have any of those symptoms at all. So I like took some Tylenol again. The next day went to sleep, and I just kind of had a rough night. Woke up feeling the same the next day. So Carly, we'll go with her. Yeah. So I woke up feeling like that the next day, and then that's when I kind of started to be a little bit more concerned. Hey, can you go play in the room? Okay, then play on the floor, please. So I was feeling like that throughout the day, and then I was just kind of like, I was a little bit concerned about it, but I wasn't like too concerned. But And I think actually, so the next following day after I started my symptoms, Daniel started his, which was strictly, he actually had a fever. And mind you, I was feeling like I had a fever the whole time, but I never like measured a fever at all. I was actually normal. Daniel, however, was experiencing a fever. It was not a high fever. It was pretty mild. And I didn't really have to control it with like Tylenol or anything. The only reason I did give him Tylenol was because he was saying that his head was bothering him, probably in the morning, and then once at night we gave him Tylenol. I was just monitoring his symptoms, and then the following day, so I was kind of struggling with it, and then also he started, so I was just kind of like, it was a little bit rough, and we didn't really know what was going on yet. And so then the third day, I woke up and I had lost all my taste and smell. Like when I mean like I lost my taste and smell, I mean like I lost my taste and smell. It was not there at all. I couldn't smell at all. Like when I mean, like I know a lot of us have been sick before where, you know, our nose is so stuffed that we can't really smell and it alters our taste, and you know, but it's still there in some way. But when I lost my taste and smell, it was a new feeling for me, and I think that's why they say new lost taste of smell, because I think it's just a new thing that we experience, or I don't know, but it was a little bit disturbing. You're just kind of like, what's, you know, because I had all the sensations there of like when I wanted to eat, I wanted specific things, even though I knew I wasn't going to taste it. Like I still wanted those things. So it was just very, very strange. It was a very strange symptom. And so that was the third day, and then that was the second day of Daniel. And by the time he woke up the next morning, he was good. He didn't have anything. So he literally just had his symptoms for like a full day, like from morning to night. And then by the nighttime, he was okay. So that was all for him. And so that was the third day for me. And from that point, other than I mean, the really sickness, the way I felt, that subsided, and I was kind of just like functioning more better at this point. But I like I said, the taste and smell went. That was a new symptom that I was experiencing. And then I was getting headaches, and I was just extremely fatigued. Like, I mean, like just tired. Like I could not replenish my energy. It was just, I was constantly at like no battery. And so I was kind of struggling with that for the next couple days, and I just, okay, so once I lost my taste and smell, I knew I had COVID. I just had that, like, it was a for sure thing for me in my head, because I was already feeling like that, and just knowing that that was like a number one symptom that they're saying that we're getting, it was just kind of like a no-brainer for me. Of course, I had made a doctor appointment. They couldn't see me till the following day. So at this point, when I got my test done, I was 7 days in. It was 7 days in. I was literally a week into when I was sick that I was able to go get tested through my doctor. So on that day, my husband took me. He had a late start for work that day. He started in the evening. By chance, that really honestly never happens. So he took me to get tested, and on the way to testing, he just started like feeling the way I was feeling the first, when it overcame me. Like he just was like, I'm not feeling good. And I'm like, oh my God, like don't tell me that, you know? And so we go to get tested. I meet with my doctor. She kind of goes over everything with me, telling me to, of course, to quarantine already before I even get the results, because there are chances that it's going to be positive based on my symptoms. I already knew that. Hadn't been seeing anybody anyways, because like I said, I was dealing with a back, like some type of back issue prior to that. So for a couple days, I was just home resting. Like I didn't go anywhere, like no store, no nothing. Like me and my kids were home. So I get tested. She tells me that the testing and the results could take like up to 8 days to come back. So I was just kind of like, okay, great. Like, so I'm really pretty much gonna know about my results by the time this virus is gonna like supposedly is supposed to leave my body, you know? And so because like I said, I was already a week in. So if it was gonna take another week, it was gonna be 15 days already before I got my results. So yeah, so we go home, we take a nap. Alex like takes the naps and goes to work. I slept on the way home, so we actually didn't talk much. I hadn't like really talked to him about like how he was feeling. He was kind of like I said before I went in and get tested, he was kind of telling me he wasn't feeling good. So he goes to work. He works alone, so it's a good thing. He doesn't really work with people. The only people that he really interacts with is the people at his office when he checks in the morning, and that's even like if he needs to get paperwork or anything from them. But he goes to different job sites and he doesn't like work with anybody at the job site. So luckily that's a huge blessing to, you know, the general people, you know. And so he felt sick the rest of that. No, okay, so he went to work. I didn't really talk to him while he was at work because I was in bed and he was just trying to get through his day. So he didn't really communicate with me either. So he comes home that night and he's just like, I'm sick. And his symptoms are the same as mine, like headache, just tiredness, feeling like body aches, fever. He didn't have a fever. Me and Alex never had a fever, but we felt like the way you do when you have a fever. He did have a slight cough, like he was coughing here and there. That was like the only difference between him and I in the beginning. And then so I just told him, okay, you're gonna have to talk to your job, you know, you're gonna have to let them know. So the next morning he speaks, you know, he talked to his boss and he told them what was going on. So they sent him to go get tested. So he got tested that day, and luckily where he went to get tested, it was it was an all-day clinic, but they also have after hours, so they were busy all day. So he was able to get an appointment for that same day for after hours, which was like at 9 p.m. So he went and got tested and they gave him the results within 15 minutes, and he tested positive. So I was able to obviously know my results since I was the one that gave it to him, you know. So like a week in, probably like 8 days in, I figured out that I actually had a COVID. Luckily for him, he found out like the next day after he like was, you know, experiencing symptoms. So once we got tested, we just pretty much like bunkered down. I was obviously, like I said, I was already home. However, the whole time I was sick, he was working. So at this point, we really just like, you know, just locked him home and we did our thing. We really like recovered pretty much the whole time. We were just really tired. He had a rough couple days like I did, and then he lost his taste and smell as well. But he recovered pretty quickly. Alex did do a better recovery than I did, I think. I was extremely fatigued for a long period of time, and he was too, I'd say like the first week, but I felt like already 2 weeks in I was just still extremely tired, and I think that had a lot to do with what was coming for me. So I want to say maybe like 15 days in, like at this point, yeah, like 15 days in, because it's probably already been a week since my doctor started my treatment for pneumonia. So like 15 days in, I'm supposed to be pretty much like, I could even come out of quarantine at this point because it was past the 14 days. I was feeling good before that, and then after, I think like, so day 15, it hit me with, I woke up and I was feeling, So no, actually the day before I woke up feeling like that, I was really dizzy. I started like, I would close my eyes and it just felt like I was spinning. So that was really weird for me because I've never really experienced dizziness. So that was something that was new, and I just didn't really like it. I wasn't comfortable with how that I was feeling. And then I started with like wheezing and my chest pains. So I communicated with the doctor. I wanted, actually by chance, the doctor contacted me because my test results came in 9 days after I tested. And she wanted to communicate with me because of course my test was positive. I already had known that, but when something's wrong with your testing and stuff, the doctor wants to actually physically like speak with you, not just like this receptionist, So she contacted me and we had like a video conference, and I told her everything that I was feeling and how like it was concerning me because I was so far into having this that, sorry guys, I'm drinking this tea that my friend gave me, and it's an immunity tea, and it honestly really is like, I can feel like I'm just like it's like when you eat chili and stuff, like your nose just like starts running. It's doing its job, hopefully. But so based on like our meeting and how she felt and how everything that I was explaining to her, she determined that I had developed a lung infection, pneumonia. So she started treating me for it. She did a strong treatment so that way it can just start working really quickly. And then that was that. So at that point, I really just kind of like, from that point till now, I've really had been struggling with recovering from that end of it, because I was actually doing fine considering the exhaustion and like headaches here and there. I was pretty much I was recovering from it well, more than what I've heard, and the people that I know, a lot of people that, not that I know, that I've seen, that have really been like just, it's really gotten a lot of people through death, through permanent damage, through a lot of things. And I was thankful enough to not have experienced that until I developed the pneumonia. And that is where my concerns grew, and I was kind of more scared of it. But I have been doing so many different natural remedies, guys, teas, vitamins, nutrients, vegetables, fruits, different things that have been naturally helping me. And it has been about a week now, and today was the first day that I felt like me. Like even saying that, I just want to like break down, because I have not felt like myself in 23 days, 22 days, whatever it is, over 20 days. And it's been hard. It's been hard having children, and then just like knowing that I can give this to them and they can go really bad with it, and how I could watch that happen, knowing that it was me who started it. It was just a really emotionally, physically draining experience. I'm very thankful that my husband and my son is now, I would say, fully recovered. It has been over 20 days since Daniel's started symptoms, meaning that he is no longer contagious or infectious, and so is my husband, as he has not had symptoms for probably at least over a week now. I should be clear of COVID. I think what is lingering in me still is maybe permanent effects, as far as certain feelings that I have here and there. I don't know yet. I have no idea where my body is really going to go with this, and I think that I am definitely on the recovery end. I felt good today. I felt a lot better. I woke up and I just felt good. I felt good today. My chest was bothering me here and there, but nothing that I can't handle, and I'm hoping that each day that passes, it just gets better and better, But I'm so, so grateful for everybody that has sent their love, their prayers, their best wishes, the help that we've received, the sweet, like, you know, little, like, just things that we have received from everybody has been overwhelming. I'm not a person that likes to ask for help, so I'm very appreciative when I do get it. So I do want to say thank you to everyone for that. I love you all, and I'm very, very thankful for me being healthy, on the healthier side of it. And I mean, you don't wish this upon anybody, but I hope that, you know, if you guys do have a run-in with it, let me know. I have got so many tips and remedies and home remedies that I've been doing that could have played a big part in my recovery. So God forbid that happened to you guys. Reach out to me. I'm here. I will do anything I can to help along the way. And if there's anything else that I left out, I try to do it quick. I'm at 20 minutes, so that's a good thing. I think I only got interrupted once. But if I left anything out, I kind of sped through it. I'm a quick talker, so I'm sorry if I was talking too fast. But if there is anything that you guys have further questions on, or anything that I didn't like touch on and you guys want to know, let me know. Just ask me, DM me. I think my number one recommendation to you all is, aside from frequent hand washing, sanitizing, wear a mask. I'm all for wearing a mask. To me, it's selfish when you don't. That's my opinion. We may not be the same. You might not feel the same, but that's how I feel. Wear a mask. No matter if I have already had COVID, when I go out in public, I'm still going to wear a mask, just to make you feel better, just to, you know, protect and do my part. My number one recommendation is have a plan, guys. This isn't something that everybody is immune to. We all, you always think it's not going to be me, it's not going to be me, it's not going to be me, but it could be you. And having a plan in motion for that time, in case you do experience it, is probably the best thing. I think that I was really overwhelmed with how to handle it all, with having just me have it and then not trying to pass it to everybody. I have a toddler, so it's kind of hard to just, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so it's only me and him. So it was really hard for me to, because like I said, the first week my husband was still working, so it's kind of hard for me to stay away from him, since I'm the one serving him, cooking him, I'm doing all those things. So that's my number one recommendation. Other than that, peace, guys. Love you all.